Today's morning coffee vinyl side, Zamfir, Tranquility, 1983. I don't remember the first time I heard Romanian musician and master of the Pan Flute Gheorghe Zamfir, but I do remember the first time my father took note of him. The music's effect was immediate and notable, as if the Pan Flute had been tuned to a frequency only he could hear. In the same way a dog cocks its head when it hears a dog whistle, my father would perk his head up and move towards the TV, as if being called to some sort of ritualistic mass by an unseen force. Zamfir's albums were sold through television direct marketing in Canada, and I can't remember a time when I wouldn't hear daily Zamfir pitches as a child. As my father stood before the television, a series of oohs and aahs would erupt from his mouth, punctuated by a, "Do you hear that?" or a bunch of, "Oh boys," or a series of, "Listen, listen, listen." Zamfir may have been the lonely shepherd, but I knew, as long as my father was alive, he'd have at least one sheep in his flock. The truth was that my father was not unique. With over 150 million albums sold, and a lifelong career of tours and performances, Zamfir remains one of the 20th century's most sold and celebrated musicians. This passion for Zamfir was shared with my father by a friend and neighbor, Gheorghe, a Hungarian refugee and artist that made his way to Canada after the refugee crisis there of 1956. Though Zamfir's music was culturally closer to the music Gheorghe would have grown up with, he and my father found a kinship in their shared appreciation. I can still hear the two of them, my father with his deep voice and Gheorghe with his accent, having the same conversation about Zamfir they had every time a commercial for one of his albums came on the television and they happened to be in the same room. "So good. He's a master. You know, that's really hard to play." Of course, the rest of us would be rolling our eyes. It's to those moments now, in my memory, that I go to spend time with my father. And Zamfir's there too, linked to the memory, small segments of music playing in my head.